The 2009-2010 season is almost over, and we have with us Richard Morgan, one of the real stars up here in Brisbane. Richard, you're second at the moment in the Queensland Speedway Spares Series. How's your year been so far, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. It started off pretty good, and then just lately I've had a few bad runs, so hopefully I can get the good luck going again and finish off with a good placing, hopefully.
Yeah, so currently, just about 30-odd points behind Pete Thorley for the series lead?
Yeah, I think it's about 38 points, something like that, and then Lackey's about 28 points behind me, so if either of us have a bad night, it could push either of us, any one of us three either way, so yeah, it's pretty close.
And with this being the second last night, you can't really, if someone makes a mistake, it's really going to be just about the end of it for anyone, really.
Yeah, that's exactly right. There's so many points up for grab. If like a few shows ago when I went out in the first heat, that really hurt my chances. So, but that's just the way it goes. You never know; that could happen to any one of us. So,
that's right.
Hopefully not me again.
And this year you've got, it's hard to believe it was actually your first series win this year in a feature race. Tell us what that was like.
Yeah, no, that was just a really good night where everything went well all night. It's not something we really go chasing, although it's very good, but I just sort of go for the top five every time you go out, and then you're going well, you're up there with them. So that's pretty much all we set out to achieve. And then just in the last few shows, I've thought, how about I up that limit and try and get for the top three all the time.
Okay,
but that's been ending in disaster, so I just need to settle down a little bit.
So you have taken that extra step, you feel, to try to get in that top three? You did change your driving a little bit?
Yeah, it's just taken more chances, but the trouble is 1 in 10 is all it takes to be upside down, and that's what's happened a couple of times. So, and it's hurt a bit of gear, so I just got to settle back down and be happy with the top five. So,
bit of gear and a bit of time as well, I suppose, during the week trying to fix the thing.
Oh yeah, it's been a hard luck, but having to put new fronts on cars and then they're not the same when they're back out there. So it's something I don't want to keep doing.
So it's your first Queensland Speedway Spares Series win. It's almost hard to believe that you've only won one, considering how well you normally run. What was it like to actually finally get there?
Oh yeah, it was great feeling, and it's something it's hard to explain. You always think, oh geez, I'm so close, but just can't finish it, and then then when you finally get one, it's like, oh, that's that pressure off you. But it's in saying that, you seem to always keep putting the pressure on yourself, no matter where you're running, and it's just a hard thing to do.
So you had an unfortunate incident in the heat race, like you had mentioned earlier, and you had to cut the front of the chassis. Walk us through maybe what you need to do during the week to actually get that job done, and get the car back on the track next weekend.
Oh, look, that weekend, that week we would have put probably, between three of us, we would have worked 40 to 50 hours on the car throughout that week to get it back. And in saying that, it's not as good as before I done that. So it's something you need to just hoik the chassis and get another one, and away you go again. But in saying that, we had a strong finish last time out, where the car was still quicker than what it was, but I just had to be content with finishing the fourth, just for the points. So yeah, I think there's still got a bit left in it.
So is there any way you can sort of modify the shocks or to get around the different chassis now? Because I suppose it's where the welds would be, I suppose would be the way it reacts differently? Yeah,
they say Paul from Sprintcar Shocks, he's been working with us pretty much all this season, and he just goes and alters the shocks a bit, and away we seem to go again. But but you can definitely feel a little difference in the car. But in saying that, he's pretty much got it back to how it was. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, because I remember your first heat win, your first heat you didn't like it, the next heat you won, and you said it was actually okay. So it's starting to get there. Yeah,
like that. We come out that next in the Queensland title, and the first night I was terrible, just couldn't get the grips of it. And second night we went back, done a bit of homework, and come out the second night, and it was really quick. And just in saying that, we just missed the setup in the feature, but the car was lightning fast early on, so it'll be quick again.
So as always, it takes a lot to get behind a sprint car team. You've got your own business. Also, what sort of goes in behind the scenes, with sponsors as well?
We don't really chase sponsors too hard. We just pretty much run it ourselves, and that's what we've had, probably our lowest budget we've had in 6 years of racing this year, because we just put a laser cutter in at work, and that's sort of tied all our time up, and all our efforts have been concentrating on that. So
that's with Morgan Metalcorp up there?
Yeah, it is, yep. So, it's been just a hard year for us, just trying not to spend money on this and put it all into work. We've moved premises and all of that.
Right, okay.
And, so it's been hard work behind the scenes as well as turning up here on a Saturday night.
And now you've got your first win and your second in the championship. What's the go with that?
Yeah, well,
you're taking a step back and now you're doing all right.
Yeah, I know. It's funny that, because like at the start of the year we thought we're not getting tied up in any series, and we took the first one out, and then I think then we took another one off. And then I was sick in the third one, and we thought, oh, beauty, we can go and do a bit of travelling this year. But yeah, now as it's turned out, you're up there again, so you've got to keep fighting to try and do it. So, yeah, and it's a bit the same with the club championship. I think we've missed about 5 rounds in that or something, and now we find that we're up there. It's like, oh, you just got to keep fighting now.
Well, so, Richard, it's great to have you running up the front again, and I'm sure best of luck tonight, and in a couple of weeks' time you might find yourself on the top step of the podium on both of them, perhaps.
I won't push my luck.
Well, good luck anyway, mate. Cheers.
Okay, thank you.